Well, we're pleased to be joined by Captain of the U.S. Navy Reserves Morgan Murphy and former Navy intelligence officer Jack Posobiec. Welcome to you both. Jack, great to see you on Newsmax. Admire your work on social media and beyond. Your thoughts this evening, please.
Thank you, of course. Well, and it's great to be here. Great to be on with Morgan. Good to see you again, my friend. And, you look at something like this, the United States Navy performed incredibly tonight at the direction of President Trump, working, of course, underneath the auspices of Secretary Hegseth. This is exactly what the United States Navy trains for, is what the military does on a regular basis. These target packages that the United States has, and we were putting them up all week, on social media, over on Human Events, which we run, talking about potential targets from the United States. And I would be surprised, by the way, if this were the end of the strikes from the United States. We know that President Trump is looking at a potential 4-week campaign. We know that they're looking at air defense. They're looking at those missile launch sites right now. But of course, they could be moving further in after leadership, talking about specific targets of the economic order, whether or not they're going to look at that oil infrastructure. And we know when you look at China, that is the biggest piece here, the effect on China, because a full 10 to 15% of China's oil imports come from Iran. And where did China get another huge amount of its oil from? From Venezuela. So very clearly, President Trump's strategy works on encircling the dragon in Beijing.
Yeah, very much so. Morgan, I want to take it back to some reactions here. We started, of course, with Democratic Pennsylvania Senator John Fetterman praising President Trump. But interestingly enough, and perhaps not surprisingly, Kamala Harris, former vice president, who gave a hint about 2 days ago that she might consider 2028. Of course, she chimed in on the matter. I'd love to share her reaction and to get yours as well to her words. She said Donald Trump is dragging the United States into a war the American people do not want. Let me be clear. I am opposed to a regime change war in Iran, and our troops are being put in harm's way for the sake of Trump's war of choice. She offers you to read her full statement there. Morgan, I don't know what she's been watching. I don't know what history book she's reading. Clearly, she does not seem to be on target here, which tends to be her trend.
Well, it is not an illegal war. In her words, it's an undocumented war. But I hear the Ayatollah is now registered as a Democrat to vote in the midterm elections. So that's just kind of crud I'd expect to hear out of Kamala Harris. She and Joe Biden have been wrong on every major national security issue for the past 40 years, and they continue to be wrong. But look at this operation. Look at what an upgrade it has been to have Pete Hegseth in the chair at the Department of War, as opposed to the 4 years, the miserable 4 years with Biden, and what a sad sack it was at the Department of Defense. Just every operation they seemed to run, including just basic recruitment, fell through the floor. So what we're seeing now is a master class in strategy. It's a master class in tactics. This department is completely unpredictable. It's amazing. We had a nighttime operation in Venezuela that lasted about 90 minutes and took out Maduro there. And here we saw a daytime operation, just a bold, breathtaking attack into Iran, which is a nation of 90 million people, and no soft target.
No soft targets. No soft targets. Well, listen, gentlemen, it's been wild. Hey, real quick to you, Jack, and you too, Captain Morgan. You're both Navy men. Do we know for sure that there have been no Air Force assets or Marine Corps assets or who knows what? Because we haven't yet had a detailed, official briefing from CENTCOM or the Pentagon. I wonder if they're going to tell us everything that they used on these guys. But publicly, it looks like a Navy operation. Go ahead, Jack.
Well, it does look like that. And I know that the F-22 folks over at the Air Force really have been trying to get in there, because as we've seen, the F-22 has yet to score a single official combat strike yet, or combat kill. United States Navy, of course, still taking the bulk of that. So hopefully the flyboys over there at the Air Force get in there a little bit too.
You'd be surprised. There's real competition. Everybody wants a piece.
I have no doubt. I have no doubt. All right, gentlemen, we're going to have to leave it there. Morgan Murphy, Jack Posobiec, thanks so much for joining us.